field, number 11, Justin Gideon. The catcher, number 18, Jeremy Julia. The shortstop, number 55, Ryan Burnside. At third base, number 6, Liam Cano. The designated hitter, number batting the sixth spot, at first base, number 43, Chris Procopio. At right field, number 26, Matt Bonetto. In left field, number 31, Spencer Bach. And at second base, number 4, Brendan Peacock. Your pitcher, the Hamilton Cardinals, rather, the pitcher, number 9, Julian
Welcome to Dominico Field in Christie, Pitts, Ontario. The Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Hamilton Cardinals. I'm Thomas West on the call on an afternoon which started pretty sunny, but as you can see in the outfield right now, some clouds starting to roll in, so we'll keep an eye on the weather for this one. The Toronto Maple Leafs, since we last joined you, they have gone 1-2. The one win, a 20-3 win over the second place Kitchener Panthers, a game which saw a ton of home runs for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then a 5-1 loss against the London Majors. We're set for first pitch. The pitcher on the mound for the Toronto Maple Leafs is Andrew Hyde. We saw him here last Sunday, and, well, Hyde's been about the average pitcher on the Toronto Maple Leafs. As a team, the Toronto Maple Leafs have an ERA of just over 7, and that's exactly what Andrew Hyde's ERA is as well. He's facing the leadoff batter, Justin Gideon, the former U Sports player. And if you're a fan of the OUA, especially OUA baseball, and you're tuning in today, this is really the game for you as Gideon rips a ball down the right field line. That one's going to stay fair and one hop against the fence. Marcus Connect will run to the corner to get it and toss it into Takamatsu at second. A leadoff double for Justin Gideon. And Andrew Hyde, who had a little bit of trouble in the first inning, his last start, gave up a couple runs, is now in a bit of a hole again as Justin Gideon rips a leadoff double. But if you're a fan of the OUA, the Hamilton Cardinals are the exact team for you to be watching because they have a lot of OUA alumni on their team. OUA, obviously, for those who don't know, is Ontario University Athletics. Justin Salazzo came to get a little bit of substance for his hand there. Pitches outside from Hyde. The bulk of the players on this Hamilton Cardinals team are from the McMaster Marauders. A lot of them are either there or are alumni. Obviously, McMaster and Hamilton, a ball hit on the ground to the shortstop, Mara. Throws on to first to get him. Runner will advance to third base, Gideon. It's now runner on third with one out here in the first inning.
The shortstop, number 55, Ryan Burnside.
Ryan Burnside's the batter now, the 3-hitter. Ryan Burnside from the Carleton Ravens. And Ryan Burnside really is a true two-way player. There's lots of players in this league that you'll see come in and pitch a couple innings when a team's really down and needing some pitchers. Well, yeah, no, Burnside does both. He's hitting just over 270 this year, and he throws a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Super athletic player, can play all over the diamond. He can catch, he can play first, the outfield, and obviously one of his most valuable assets is what he can do on the mound. The pitch to Burnside fouled off. In 2019, Burnside won OUA Catcher of the Year after hitting .408, 10 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, and 40 runs batted in. Pitch from Hyde, that one's just outside. Lane Renaud is on deck. Leads the team in walks with 17 this year. Pitch to Burnside. In there for a strike, strike 2. The wind is really starting to pick up here in the first inning in Christie Pitts. As that one's outside, full count. And by looking at the flags in center field, it's coming straight in. Straight in and a little bit right field. So Ryan Burnside takes a walk. Now it's Lane Renaud. 17 walks on the year, leads the team in walks, but also leads the team in strikeouts, as the first one's in there for a strike. 36 strikeouts, 17 walks, and 90 at-bats. You look at the 17 walks and 90 at-bats, you say that's not a bad number. But then you look at the fact that he is striking out more than once every 3 at-bats. The pitch from the righty Hyde is fouled off. 0-2 now. So for Lane Renaud, it's a walk, a strikeout, or he's going to find some outfield grass. First and third double play is in order. That would be huge for the Toronto Maple Leafs and Andrew Hyde right now, who's trying to get out of a jam. The pitch, just high. 1-2 now. Lane Renaud is hitting .278 on the year. The pitch from Hyde, swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Lane Renaud. That's number 37 on the year. Now the number 5 batter, Clay Miller. First pitch is in there for a strike. Hyde to the lefty, Miller, swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 down. Runners on first and third. It was a leadoff double for the leadoff batter, Justin Gideon. And now an 0-2 count now on Clay Miller. The pitch, strike 3 called. Justin Hyde gets out of a jam in the first, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are coming up. 0-0, bottom of the first we go in Christie Pitts. Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball on YouTube in Christie Pitts as Jordan Castaldo leads off, as he always does for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The pitcher on the mound for the Hamilton Cardinals, Julian Timochko. He's a righty and a former or fourth-year McMaster Marauder. Second pitch from Timochko, swinging a pop-up. Straight up. Shortstop Burnside is camped under it, makes the catch. 1 away.
The catcher makes some noise for number 9, Justin Mara.
Julian Timochko has only pitched 1/3 of an inning so far this year. That came against London. Walked a batter and struck out a batter. Now he's got one to pop up. First pitch looked like it just caught the inside corner. Justin Mara still leading the league in home runs with 10 in the IBL. Pitch is high. Timochko is in his 4th year at McMaster, and I imagine that he's probably going right back there to play with the Marauders this year, as for the first time in a long time, we will have an OUA baseball season. At least we think so. Timochko's done a little bit more batting this year than he has done pitching. Pitch is hit on the ground to second base. Mara running slowly to first. That's an easy ground ball, 2 away. Timochko's actually had 4 at-bats this year. He struck out twice. No hits. Not a lot of Toronto Maple Leafs played a big factor offensively against the London Majors, which who does? Their pitching is absolutely lights out. But the game before that against the second place Kitchener Panthers, Takamatsu did. Cranked a home run. His 8th of the year. Now he cranks one to center field. Coming on as the center fielder, making a running catch. Takamatsu retired, and so are the Toronto Maple Leafs. We go to the top of the second inning. 0-0 between Toronto and Hamilton. Welcome back to Dominico Field. Chris Procopio, the batter for the Hamilton Cardinals. The first pitch from Andrew Hyde, still on the mound, is high, ball 1. Procopio is the first baseman today. As Hyde delivers one in there for a strike, 1-1. Procopio has certainly had his struggles at the plate this year. 159 batting average, 44 at-bats. He has 7 hits, 2 of them doubles. The pitch, swinging a shallow fly ball actually drifting pretty well. Marcus Connect slides and makes a catch. That ball just kept carrying and carrying, and Marcus Connect was able to get there and make the catch.
Now batting number 26, Matt Linetto.
Linetto, the right fielder. First pitch, ground ball. That one's going to sneak through. Linetto's in with a single. Connect will pick it up and throw it back in. 1-out single there for Linetto.
Number 31, left fielder, Spencer Bach.
Spencer Bach, listed as a pitcher from Brock University, takes the first pitch for a strike. Today he's playing left field. Spencer Bach has thrown 5 2/3 innings for the Hamilton Cardinals as a 7.94 ERA. He's 5 hits, walked 4, struck out 3, but today playing left field as a batter. He has a 200 batting average in 3 games, 5 at-bats. His 1 hit was a single. He struck out twice. The pitch to Bach. Low and inside, and looks like that one hit him? No. This is very interesting. So I think the home plate umpire right now is calling that Spencer Bach did not make an effort to get out of the way, potentially, or yeah. That's going to be the call. The umpires are going to talk about it. Goom is the home plate umpire. Justin Mara is behind the plate for the Toronto Maple Leafs today. Appears the umpires have made a decision here, and Spencer Bach is going to be heading straight back to the batter's box. So that'll go as a ball. Two-strike count now. Andrew Hyde, the pitch. Strike 3 called.
Now batting second baseman, number 4, Brandon Riva.
2 away now. Runner on first base. Brandon Neva at the plate. And there's not been a lot of production from the bottom of the Hamilton Cardinals order, and that will continue. Mara is camped under it at shortstop, makes the catch, and Andrew Hyde is through 2 scoreless innings. Toronto Maple Leafs coming up, still 0-0 from Christie Pitts. Welcome back to Christie Pitts. John Salazzo steps into the box, big power hitter for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Julian Timochko still on the mound for the Hamilton Cardinals. It's hard to tell how many innings Timochko is going to go. I think he is a starter. As far as my knowledge goes, first pitched in their first strike, fastball. But like I said, Timochko's only pitched a third of an inning this year. One strike pitch to John Salazzo, swinging a ground ball to second base. Gathered up, throw on to first, Neva to Procopio. One away.
Right fielder, number 24, Marcus Connect.
Marcus Connect has been red hot lately. He's hitting the ball to the ballpark, using the whole field. Pretty much exactly what the Toronto Maple Leafs expected from him this year. And he's certainly meeting expectations right now. Timochko to Connect. The pitch in there for a strike. Marcus Connect has upped his batting average to .281 now. And he's got 7 home runs on the year, just like that. The pitch in there for a strike. In a 20-3 win versus Kitchener, the second place team in the IBL, Marcus Connect hit 2 home runs, went 5 for 5, and had 8 RBIs. Timochko to Connect, low for a ball. Last game against London, he was 1 for 2 with a single. And Marcus Connect's on-base percentage as well is up to .390 on the year. 9 walks, 21 RBIs, 7 homers. It's in a 2-strike count now. Timochko, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 17 strikeout on the year for Marcus Connect.
Designated hitter, number 7, Damon Conley.
Damon Topley steps in. He's cooled off a little bit lately. Was red hot there for a while, coming out of the managerial position, DHing tonight. The pitch to Topley is outside. So you may have tuned into this game hoping to see a 1,000th hit from Sean Riley, but he is not in the lineup tonight. The pitch to Damon Topley. Inside, just about hit him. 1-1. So on Tuesday night, we can imagine that Sean Riley probably will be in the lineup, barring any kind of an injury, which I don't know of, that he's out of the game today. But Sean Riley, yes, is sitting at 997 career hits, 3 away from 1,000, which will be a very special day for Sean Riley. His career on the IBL has been absolutely fantastic. Not even much conversation as well that he's one of the best IBL players ever. And I mention it right now because Damon Topley's at the bat, and he's another guy who's had a historic IBL career, now managing the Toronto Maple Leafs and playing a little bit. Here's a ball, popped, hit pretty well, actually, into right field. Going back is Linetto. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it. Damon Topley flies out. The pitchers have been great so far on both sides. To the bottom of the second we go. Toronto Maple Leafs and Hamilton Cardinals tied at 0. Welcome back to Dominico Field. Andrew Hyde still on the mound. The leadoff batter, Justin Gideon, stands in for the Hamilton Cardinals. The first pitch from Hyde, swing and a miss. Justin Gideon, it was a special night for him back on August 25th, very recently, when he played his 200th consecutive IBL game. Pitch is high. That is certainly an Iron Man streak in the IBL. And if you think about it as well, we're talking about the IBL. There's a lot of switching in and out and things like that happens in the IBL, but Justin Gideon didn't miss a game. 200 consecutive. Brock University alumni, 13th in the IBL in batting average and 200 consecutive games. And, well, he's a guy that the team wants in the lineup every day, and that's what he does. Pitch from Hyde. Swing a little chopper. That one's going to get into the outfield grass. Marcus Connect will pick it up. Justin Gideon has another hit. He had a double in his first at-bat back in the first, and in the top of the third, he reaches on a single. Justin Gideon out of the leadoff spot as well provides a little bit of power. 4 home runs, which leads his team. And Jeremy Villiers, the number 2 batter, stands in. Villiers takes one outside, ball. Just to finish up the point on Justin Gideon, 13th in the IBL with a .346 batting average, and as he's on first base right now with a healthy lead, he has 7 stolen bases this year as well. Breaking ball, that would have been a good one to go on. It's inside, 0-2. 2-0, sorry. Two and 0, 3-0. Andrew Hyde's a rookie this year, still trying to find his consistency, but as mentioned before, he's sitting at pretty much the average pitcher on the Toronto Maple Leafs, but that pitch is up and in for a walk. He's looked good at times, as we saw right there. Sometimes the command can be a little bit of an issue.
Now batting number 55, Ryan Burnside.
Ryan Burnside, the number 3 hitter, the two-way star for the Hamilton Cardinals. Andrew Hyde from Toronto, Ontario, stands at 5'11", 185 pounds. His first pitch is a swing and a foul straight back. A ball that went way back up over the screen and went right across an intersection. Strike 1 to him. Justin Gideon is creating a little bit of havoc out there on the base path. Andrew Hyde gave up 4 runs his last time out against Brantford right here. And then at Barrie, the start before that, he gave up 4 runs as well in 5 innings of work. 7.56 ERA for Hyde. He's in a 1-1 count here to Burnside. Hyde's pitch just outside. Andrew Hyde has struck out 16 this year in 25 innings of work and also walked 16. Pitch, swinging a line drive. That one's going to get down into the outfield. Marcus Connect picks it up. Holding at third base is Justin Gideon. Ball is dropped by Hyde, but it doesn't get too far. So the bases are now loaded. Bases loaded, nobody out. All of a sudden, the Hamilton Cardinals are knocking at the door here in the top of the 3rd inning, a game which has been whipping along to this point. And in the interest of trying to finish this season with playing every single game, that is certainly a good attribute as that one's fouled off, strike 1 to Renaud. The Toronto Maple Leafs have a tight schedule coming up, and with rain looming on the horizon, there are not really many opportunities to make up a game. And especially with the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are pretty tight in 3rd place, with the teams around them. The Welland Jackfish are right behind them. By the way, they're losing 3-2 to the Kitchener Panthers. It's hard to tell what Toronto would want. If Toronto wins this game, they'd probably rather that Welland beat Kitchener. But if they lose, they'd probably rather that Kitchener won. Here's the ball sliced. Marcus Connect racing over. He's not going to get there. That one's up against the wall. This one's going to cash in one run, and that's it. That ball was up against the wall in right field. Marcus Connect, it kind of looked like he had a beat on it, and then the wind just kept blowing and blowing and blowing. Everyone expected Marcus Connect to catch it, but realistically, it wasn't even close. And that is a long single that cashes in one run as Marcus Connect got it in quickly. So 1-0 for Hamilton. Still nobody out, bases loaded. Clay Miller is the batter. He's the DH today. First pitch is high. Clay Miller's a lefty. And the lefty hits one to center field. This one's hit pretty well. Connor Lewis racing back, makes a great catch. Tagging and scoring is the runner from third base, Villiers. But that was a great catch by Connor Lewis. As mentioned before, the wind is blowing straight in here at Dominico Field. And Connor Lewis, who doesn't get to play every day, just made a great defensive play in center field. It saved at least a couple of runs for the Toronto Maple Leafs. 2-0 Hamilton Cardinals. Chris Procopio check swings and fouls off the first pitch. If Andrew Hyde could get out of this inning just allowing 2 runs, that is not the end of the world for the Toronto Maple Leafs, the team that has hit the most home runs in the IBL. They have the highest batting average in the IBL. They're tied for the highest batting average in the IBL, the London Majors. And they have the most total bases, and it's not even close. And there's a free base given away by Andrew Hyde. With 1 out, Chris Procopio gets walked by hit by pitch. And Matt Linetto, the right fielder, will step in. A meeting on the mound now as Damon Toppoli, the designated hitter and manager, comes in. Trying to settle down Andrew Hyde. The Toronto Maple Leafs could really use some innings from him as they are going to need pitchers in the next couple days. They have a lot of games coming up to finish out the year. 4 games, the last one next Sunday. Maybe it's 5 games. I'll have to check that. First pitch is in there for a strike. That one's from Hyde. Swing and a miss by Linetto, strike 2. That one's fouled back. Staying alive is Linetto. Matt Linetto stands at 5'9", the lefty at 180 pounds. The 0-2, swinging a ball, hit to first base, reaching and trying to make a play, and there's going to be no play anywhere. Jordan Castaldo knocked it down. Takamatsu got to it, but Andrew Hyde was still on the mound. And that's going to be another run for the Hamilton Cardinals. They lead 3-0. If that goes as a hit, that is Matt Linetto's first hit of the year. Which it likely will, by the way. Hyde still in a jam. 1 away, bases loaded. The Hamilton Cardinals could not put this game out of reach, but certainly make it difficult. Here's a snap throw to first base. Got him. Justin Mara, fist bump. Catches the runner Linetto at first sleeping. And that's a huge out for Hyde. The pitch from Hyde, low and outside. IBL Cardinals baseballs in the YouTube chat. Timochko is a starting pitcher. He also plays left field at times for McMaster. Appreciate that. Andrew Hyde, the pitch in there, first strike. Yeah, the Cardinals love the connection between the University and Hamilton McMaster. And a swing and a miss. That's going to put away the Cardinals, but not before they score 3 runs against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hyde got in a bit of trouble, eventually got out of it, not before the Cardinals take the lead. 3-0 for them. We go to the bottom of the third. Toronto coming up.
Put your hands together.
Welcome back to Dominico Field at Christie Pitts. I'm Thomas West on the call for you today, bringing you the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Hamilton Cardinals. Same pitcher on the mound for the Hamilton Cardinals, Julian Timochko. The first pitch from him is just inside. The 1-0 high.
No Blue Jay hats here, please. No Blue Jay hats here. Thank you. No Blue Jay hats here, please. I don't like Blue Jay hats here.
Chandler McLaren is the batter for the Toronto Maple Leafs, facing Timochko. And a 2-0 count. The pitch is outside, ball 3. Chandler McLaren from Guelph came over in the dispersal draft. Timochko's 3-0 pitch needs a strike. He got it. 3-1. Chandler McLaren has had quite a few issues at the plate in terms of his batting average, sitting at .094. Chandler McLaren hits a ball. That one's hit pretty well on a line, but caught by Linetto. Toronto Maple Leafs have hopes that the bat of Chandler McLaren is starting to come around. Hit a home run in his last game in a 20-3 win. Had the day off against the London Majors, and now he's playing again today as he just lined out. Dan Mara playing shortstop. Mara takes low. Dan Mara and then Connor Lewis on deck. Connor Lewis, the center fielder. Mara is getting a lot more at-bats at shortstop these days as well, especially here at Dominico Field. One away. The pitch to Mara. In there for a strike. Low in the dirt, ball 3. Tymochko was angry with himself after that pitch. I think might have spun that breaking ball, spiked it in the dirt. Dan Mara is hitting 170 this year. He's done a pretty good job defensively at shortstop for the Toronto Maple Leafs. 5 RBIs on the year and takes outside. Now that's ball 3. Dan Mara, fantastic at putting the ball in play. 3 strikeouts and 47 at-bats this year, and he puts one in play once again on the ground to the shortstop. Throw on to first, got him. Nice play by Bernstein there. Bit of a tricky hop up the middle. Connor Lewis, the center fielder, will bat now for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And once again, the wind has really picked up here, blowing now pretty much straight up from left to right. Connor Lewis is hitting 188 this year and 32 at-bats. First pitch in there for a strike outside corner. Connor's played in 8 games this year. He has 6 hits. They're all singles. 3 RBIs, walked 3 times as well, struck out 6 times. The pitch is low. Connor Lewis has a bit of speed as well. Just stolen 1 bag this year, but as mentioned before, not a ton of appearances for Connor Lewis yet. But he's been around with the Toronto Maple Leafs for a long, long time. Pitch, swinging a ball, fouled off, right side. Lewis started out with the Toronto Maple Leafs back in 2015. He's been in the IBL with the Leafs ever since. Played 28 games that season. In his inaugural season in 2015, hit .311. For his career, he's a .286 batter. Swinging a ball, popped up. The wind is trying to get it out of play. Will it do it? Yes, it just will. Just out of the reach of the first baseman, Procopio. Tymochko still on the mound. He's been great so far. Jordan Castaldo, the leadoff batter for the Toronto Maple Leafs, is waiting on deck, seeing if Connor Lewis can get himself on base. The pitch, low. The only other game going on today, the Kitchener Panthers and the Welland Jackfish. That game is still at 3-2 in favor of Kitchener. Connor Lewis swings and hits the ball off the glove of the pitcher, Tymochko. Lewis racing to first base, and he'll get on. Believe that bat is broken as well.
Put your hands together for number 5, Jordan Castaldo.
Last Sunday, Jordan Castaldo cranked the ball off the foul pole in right field. That made it 7-5 in the 9th inning, but unfortunately in a losing effort for the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Brantford Red Sox. the former Triple Crown winner back in 2019. Castaldo's been good this year, but he has no chance at winning the Triple Crown, and it's all because of the teammates he has hitting behind him. The home run department with Mara and Takamatsu, and even Marcus Connect is really starting to hit a lot of homers these days. Timochko, the pitch, swinging a ball, hit in the air. Not particularly deep. Linetto, the right fielder, coming in, makes the catch, and that is going to do it for the Toronto Maple Leafs, who still trail 3-0 against the Hamilton Cardinals. We go to the top of the fourth inning from Christy Pitts. 3-0 Hamilton. Welcome back to Dominico Field. Thomas West here, bringing you the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are down 3-0 against the Hamilton Cardinals. The first pitch from Hyde in his fourth inning of work is high. The four-hitter, the cleanup man, Lane Renault, takes one for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Renault. Renault has a little bit of power as well. 2 home runs this year, 13 RBIs. Lane stands at 6 feet, 215 pounds, and takes a strike there from Andrew Hyde. The pitch fouled back, 2-2. The Welland Jackfish have taken a 4-3 lead over the Kitchener Panthers, which only heightens the importance of this game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, with Andrew Hyde on the mound trying to keep his team in it, down 3-0. If the Welland Jackfish win today, and it feels like this has been the entire season for the Toronto Maple Leafs, as this ball's popped up, Jordan Castaldo going back. Is anyone going to get there? No, it's out of play. Seems like the whole season, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Welland Jackfish are just going back and forth for that third-place spot in the IVL. And the other thing as well, it was just this week that the playoff format was announced for the IVL. Every team is going to make it this year. It's going to be the 6th-place team, the 7th-place team versus the 2nd-place team. The 1st-place team gets a bye. So, as the standings are right now, if the Toronto Maple Leafs were able to win this game, they would be in line to play these very Hamilton Cardinals. As this one's popped up, this one's going to stay in play. Marcus Connect calling for it, drifting back, makes the catch. One away for Andrew Hyde and the Toronto Maple Leafs, as now the sun is starting to come out again at Domenico Field. There definitely was some worry this morning about whether this game was going to get underway. And according to the radar, there are thunderstorms going on. They're just not here, out to the south of us. Clay Miller's the batter. The DH wears number 44. The pitch to Miller, swinging a fly ball, left field. This one's hit pretty well. Racing into the corners, McLaren makes the catch at the wall. Some opposite field pop there for Clay Miller, but tracking it down was Chandler McLaren. Justin Villa stands in. Pitch from high, ground ball, third base side, foul. Last season with the McMaster Marauders, Villa hit .333, 4 doubles, 8 RBIs in 12 games. That is last season we're talking about. Don't get that mixed up with last year, which I think everyone this year is going to get messed up with. No Ontario University Athletics baseball last year. Villa is in his 4th year at McMaster. And disappointing for a lot of these players as well, especially on the Hamilton Cardinals, not being able to play the OUA season. Talked to a lot of players around the OUA, and they said playing OUA baseball has been one of the best decisions they've made in their life. Not necessarily to say that it's going to be a life-altering career option, but it certainly is some good baseball. Lots of people enjoy, and the players enjoy as well, as that one's ball for Villa is on with a walk. That's going to bring up Ryan Burnside. And another OUA player, Ryan Burnside, coming from the Carleton Ravens. First pitch fouled off onto the road and taking a bounce off the pavement and hitting about the second story of a house on the left field line. Be interesting to live around here by Domenico Field, especially on Sunday afternoons, as here's a ground ball to second base. Takamatsu to second for 1, and that's all they need. The Toronto Maple Leafs get out of this inning scoreless. Hamilton's up 3-0 with Toronto coming up in the bottom of the 4th. Back at Dominico Field, where the Toronto Maple Leafs trail 3-0 to the Hamilton Cardinals. I'm Thomas West. Appreciate you tuning in on YouTube. Justin Mara will stand in and bat, the home run leader in the IBL right now, and the only people chasing him are his teammates, Garrett Takamatsu and then Marcus Connect. And really incredible when you think about the power of this Toronto Maple Leafs team. There's no question that hitting at Dominico Field is, now the fences are a little shorter down the lines. There's no question that they are. But Toronto has Justin Mara in first, Garrett Takamatsu in second with 8 homers, and in third place, Marcus Connect is tied with Matt Hildebrandt of the Welland Jackfish with 7. Justin Mara has 10, and he's hitting .340. He's a dominant force in the OUA. Or in the IBL, I should say. Been talking about the OUA a lot on this broadcast. Mara hits a ground ball to first base. Easy put away there. Procopio gloves it, goes to first. That brings up Garrett Takamatsu, second in the league in homers. 4th in the league in batting average, just 1 point behind Byron Reichstein of the London Majors, who's having a great year with them. Sean Riley is back in the lead as well in average in the IBL. Wilson of the Kitchener Panthers is right behind them, and they'll go back and forth. Here's a rip down the left field line, foul. Takamatsu just missed that left field line. Garrett Takamatsu's been a doubles machine this year. Along with his 8 home runs, he's got 10 doubles in 23 games. 41 hits. 41 hits in 23 games. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes now on Takamatsu. 29 RBIs as well, which hits him at first place in RBIs in the IBL. So he's in the top 5 in the Triple Crown categories in the IBL right now. Justin Mara is tied with him with 29 RBIs as well, then John Salazzo with 26. The batting average, RBI, and home run department is littered with Toronto Maple Leafs this year. That being said, they probably wish that the pitching department, or at least the positive stats in the pitching department, also had a couple Toronto Maple Leafs with it. And the pitching side of things, it's all London Majors. Owen Boone has the most wins, Owen Boone has the most strikeouts, and Owen Boone has the best ERA in the IBL. And he's a big reason, as well as others, Pedro de los Santos as well, why the London Majors are dominant right now. They've only lost 6 games this season. Garrett Takamatsu takes one outside. Takamatsu loves to pull the ball. You can find that alley in left field, and a lot of the time can find someplace over the fence. Now he hits one on the ground. Tough hop there, a high hop. Actually ended up being a piece of cake in second base. That one's for Neva.
Make some noise for number 17, John Salazzo.
John Salazzo, lefty power hitter for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's batting 4th today, playing third base. Salazzo hits one on the ground, dropped by the first baseman, and Salazzo wasn't running. Procopio dropped it. Salazzo found himself still at the plate. The Toronto Maple Leafs trail 3-0 to the Hamilton Cardinals. We go to the 5th from Christie Pitts. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Christie Pitts. Toronto Maple Leafs trailing the Hamilton Cardinals 3-0. Lane Renault, the batter, still facing Hyde in his 5th inning of work, top of the 5th. The pitch is in there for a strike. Andrew Hyde's walked just 1 today, which hasn't really been a problem for him. Well, it hasn't been a big problem for him over the season. Whenever things have got out of hand for Hyde, it was because of the walks. 1 walk at his last start, 2 in the start before that. Ground ball, shortstop, and that one's going to get through Mara, but he didn't really have much of a play out on it anyway. Chandler McLaren will collect it in the outfield, throw it into Garrett Takamatsu. Leadoff single for Renault. Clay Miller, the designated hitter, number 44 for the Hamilton Cardinals. He's got a runner on first base with nobody out, facing Hyde. Righty versus the lefty Miller. Hyde delivers a strike on the outside corner. The Toronto Maple Leafs haven't won a game that Hyde started since July 11th. He won 18-7 against Welland. Hyde has actually started a game against Hamilton. That was way back on July 16th, because that pitch is hit in the air, and that one's going to get down and split the outfielders. Chandler McLaren's going to pick that one up against the wall. Getting the wave home is Renaud, and there's going to be no play at the plate. 4-0. As scoring all the way from first base on an RBI double is Renaud. Clay Miller delivers, and that's going to bring up Procopio. Still nobody out. Hyde has given up 4 runs today, and that's the exact total that Hyde's given up in his last 2 starts as well.
Hey, Chris, you're really cute.
Obviously, a fan of Chris Procopio in the stands, and he skies one very high in the air. It's still in the air. Finally, Connor Lewis makes the catch and guns it back in all the way to third base. Good throw. 1 away.
Now batting, Matt Linetto.
Matt Linetto batting, collected his first hit of the year, his last time up. The Thornhill, Ontario native. Actually, yeah, that was his first hit in the IBL as well. He's a rookie. Linetto swings and misses, strike 1. A huge swing. He was looking for his first homer there. Matt Linetto is a 1998-born player. Takes a pitch low from Hyde. It's funny, he got his first IBL RBI before he got his first IBL hit. Pitch is swung on, tapped out in front of the plate, but just foul. Matt Linetto walked in a 14-2 victory over London. We'll get to that in a sec. Not every team can do that. Walked with the bases loaded. Drove in a run. Played against London again on August 25th, and now he's here with his first major league hit in Christie Pitts. The pitch swung on, hit in the air. Lewis camped under this one again, tagging as the runner, but not even thinking about going, as Lewis gets that one back into the shortstop, Mara. Matt Linetto flies out. Spencer Bach awaits. Spencer Bach from London, Ontario. Pitch is swung on a miss. Spencer Bach would have been a pitcher last year for the Brock Badgers in the OUA. He's pitched a little bit this year as well, 1-1 record. Pitch is in there for a strike. Kind of funny how Spencer Bach got his first win of the year as well. Pitch is hit in the air. We'll have to get to that story in just a minute as Connor Lewis camped under it, makes the catch, and he puts away all 3 outs from the Hamilton Cardinals in the top of the 5th inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Hamilton Cardinals got a run. They lead 4-0 from Christy Pitts. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Dominico Field. I'm Thomas West, bringing you the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Hamilton Cardinals. Cardinals lead 4-0. Julian Timochko on the mound facing Marcus Connect, the Toronto Blue Jays prospect from a couple of years ago. Pitch is high. Connect was drafted in the 3rd round by the Toronto Blue Jays. Came out of professional baseball over to the OUA. He's been here for a while. That's old news. Didn't have a great start. A lot of strikeouts, not making solid contact. He has struck out today, but he's been good of late. As mentioned before, now 3rd in the IBL in homers. 7 of them. Damon Topoli's on deck, and then Chandler McLaren. Marcus Connect awaiting the pitch from Timochko from the lineup. Kick steals in there for a strike. Connect hits one on the ground to shortstop. Picked up by Burnside. Throws to first. Gets Connect.
The designated hitter, number 7, Damon Hopley.
There's not a lot of teams in the IBL, with the exception of the London Majors, that can hold down the offense of the Toronto Maple Leafs like the Hamilton Cardinals have done today. And things have not been going well for the Hamilton Cardinals recently either. They've lost their last 3 games, and they're in danger of getting overtaken by Brantford, who's actually playing some pretty good baseball at the last place spot in the IBL lately. Austin Wheeler in the chat, 4-0 Hamilton Cardinals. That's the score. Pitch hit in the air by Damon Toppoli pretty well, but camped under it is Linetto, makes the catch 2 away.
Put your hands together for Chandler McLaren.
Chandler McLaren, home run last game. Would love to find the fence again today, or at least get something going for these Toronto Maple Leafs as he takes the first pitch high. There's a little bit of action in the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen as well. Pitch is in there for strike 2, or strike 1, 1-1. I'll tell you who the pitcher is in the bullpen as soon as I put my glasses on. But by the side winding angle right now, it looks like it's Amara. So the pitch is hit in the air to Linetto again. He's camped under it. Makes the catch on Chandler McLaren, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are retired 1-2-3. To the 6th we go, 4-0 Hamilton Cardinals.
Last call. After 5 complete innings, Hamilton Cardinals.
Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball at Domenico Field. I'm Thomas West, Hamilton Cardinals, Toronto Maple Leafs, 4-0 Hamilton at this point in the ball game, and we are in the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher for the Toronto Maple Leafs is Kyle Parrott. I predicted that it was Amara, but I should have looked at what hand he was pitching with. The righty side armor for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Kyle Parrott. He comes to the game with a 12.42 ERA. Things haven't been great the last couple games. Pitched 3 innings in his last outing. That was against Kitchener in the 20-3 win. Gave up 3 runs, 4 hits. The game before that, he pitched an inning, gave up 3 runs. The game before that against Barrie was a real rough outing as that pitch. He just went a third of an inning. An important piece in the bullpen for the Toronto Maple Leafs too. Kyle Parrott he's had some bright spots. Back on August 4th against Kitchener, pitched a couple scoreless innings with 3 strikeouts. 2-0, pitch is fouled back. 2-1 now. The opponent's batting average against Kyle Parrott is well, 365 at this point. Side 3-1. And despite all that, Kyle Parrott is actually 2 wins and a loss this year, or 16 innings pitch. Parrott delivers a 3-1 fastball. That one's fouled off right off the porta potty. Full count now. Brandon Neva is the batter for the Hamilton Cardinals, facing Parrott. The pitch, low and inside, ball 4.
Center fielder,
16 innings, 13 walks for Parrott this year. But as mentioned, 5 of them came in just an outing where he just didn't have his stuff. Justin Gideon, the leadoff batter. He takes a first pitch in there for a strike. Runner on first base. Nobody out for the Hamilton Cardinals, who have been knocking at the door pretty much every inning against the Leafs. Andrew Hyde went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. Around the league, the Welland Jackfish and Kitchener Panthers are now tied 4-4. The pitch from Hyde outside for a ball. We're in the top of the 6th inning, and Toronto Maple Leafs are starting to run out of time here against the Cardinals. The pitch from Kyle Parrott, just outside. Pitch is a strike once again. Kyle Parrott is actually listed as a lefty, but I can guarantee you he's throwing with his right hand. So unless something has changed, as a Bushman was camped under it in left field, looked like he had a beat on it and dropped it. No problem, though. The other Bushman will certainly pick him up. The Toronto Maple Leafs bullpen as well. There's about probably 10 players down there. They're all standing up down the left field line. 2-strike pitch. Justin Gideon at the plate. Swinging a ball. Hit. Through the right side. Base hit. Justin Gideon moves them station to station, first and second now. Neva at first, Neva at second, Gideon at first. That's Justin Gideon's 3rd hit of the day. Little tapper here out in front of the mound, and nobody was at first base. Jeremy Villia just hit a little nubber. Kyle Parrott picked it up, looked to first base, but there was no one to throw to. Garrett Takamatsu was playing around to the left, and that was an out that the Toronto Maple Leafs really needed. Now the bases are loaded with nobody out still, and Kyle Parrott finds himself in a hole once again. But a hole that's bigger than it needs to be. The side armor delivers a pitch in there for a strike. Ryan Burnside, the batter. He's been great this year. Just over 270. A good 3-hitter for them. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Kyle Parrott has 13 strikeouts in 16 2/3 innings pitched this year. He could use one here on Burnside, a tough hitter in the lineup for the Hamilton Cardinals. The 0-2 pitch from Kyle Parrott. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away, and now the double play is in order. Lane Renault, the 3rd baseman. Hamilton could use a big hit from the 4-man, the RBI man, with the bases loaded. Toronto's not out of it. Their offense can get them out of anything. They have the best offense in the league. That one's pretty much undisputed. Lead the league in home runs with 43. tied for the best in batting average. That pitch is swung on and missed, 1-1. Kyle Parrott seems to have found the zone. The 1-1 pitch from Kyle Parrott. Swinging a ground ball to second base. And an underhand flip to first. But there was so much time to get the force out. Kyle Parrott's glove is still sitting on the mound. Oh, man. And I'm not sure if Kyle Parrott thought there were 2 outs because the force out at home was right there, and there's some confusion now. Mara looks back at the dugout. So a run scores, by the way, as well for the Hamilton Cardinals. It's 5-0 for them. Kyle Parrott, the runner coming from third base, wasn't even halfway up the line when Kyle Parrott fielded that ball, but he just wanted to get an out, I guess, at first base, so his instinct was just to flip that one over to Castaldo. Here's a little looper. That might get down in the outfield. Running in, Chandler McLaren makes a catch at the shoe tops. Gets Kyle Parrott out of a big inning. Just 1 run scores when the bases were loaded with nobody out, limiting the damage of the Toronto Maple Leafs. But they're going to need to do some damage. Down 5-0 against the Hamilton Cardinals. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leaf Baseball at Dominico Field. Dan Mara, then Connor Lewis, then Jordan Castaldo due up in the bottom of the 16 and still out there. Justin Timochko on the mound for the Hamilton Cardinals. Then his 6th inning of work. Started this game, and boy, he's been fantastic today. Pitch is in there for a strike. Not a lot of strikeouts for Timochko today, but a lot of soft contact, and he's been mowing down the hitters of the Toronto Maple Leafs so far today. The pitch is in there for a strike outside corner to Mara. Some more action in the Leafs bullpen as well. and a pitcher by the number of 37. This pitch is sliced into the outfield. Mara is on with a hit.
Keep it going for number 3, Connor Lewis.
Connor Lewis and Dan Mara right now are the only Toronto Maple Leafs with hits in this game. 2 batters hitting under 200 in the 8-9 spot. And what is an extremely powerful Maple Leafs lineup. So they're trying to get it going. See if they can't get the top of the order up with some runners on base. And, well, that's pretty much what the Toronto Maple Leafs need right now. Runners on base and then hope for the long ball. That's been the plan all year. "43 home runs as a team for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That leads the IBL. No one's within 10 of them. Tymochko delivers to Connor Lewis, who takes his hand off the bat early and takes one inside. Connor Lewis with that hit has bumped his average up to 212 on the year. Lewis takes one for a strike. Castaldo waiting patiently on deck. One of the best hitters in the IBL at working a count. Taking a look today at some of the top 100 players in the IBL, ever to play in the IBL. And boy, oh boy, are there ever a lot of current Toronto Maple Leafs on that. There's a pitch on the outside corner. Connor Lewis didn't like it. Count is full. Obviously, Sean Riley is there. He'd be way up on that list. This list didn't have numbers, but he'll be way up on that list. Jordan Castaldo, the guy on deck, he's up there on that list. Connor Lewis, 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Ground ball to the pitcher's mound. To second for 1. Back to first. Double play. Now nobody out with Jordan Castaldo trying to get something going. Damon Toppoley's on that list as well. So 3 players on the Toronto Maple Leafs. The reason I bring that up is I was looking up some history on Stefan Strecker, who signed with the Cardinals last year. He's a pitcher, and he has been one of the most consistent relievers ever in the IBL. Last game made his 300th appearance, and he's not warming in the bullpen or anything. I was just going through my stat sheet, but I was looking at how many Toronto Maple Leafs, current Toronto Maple Leafs, are there, and yeah, they got 3 of them. 2 are in the game today. The biggest one, Sean Riley, is out of the lineup. Jordan Castaldo's batting. The pitch from Tymochko is in the dirt. That's a huge double play for Tymochko too, because could buy him another inning of work out there on the mound. So if he gets Castaldo here, that'd be a pretty quick inning, all in all. Pitch to Castaldo, swinging a foul. Foul to tip into the glove, that is. Castaldo's hitting .294 this year. Looking for his first hit today. The pitch from Tymochko. Castaldo hits one on the ground. Looks like he broke his bat. Gloved by the first baseman onto first. Tymochko continues what has been a gem for him today. The Hamilton Cardinals lead the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning.
Chris Procopio.
Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball. I'm Thomas West, and new pitcher, as we thought who was coming in before, Adam Mara is on the mound, who pitched fantastically in his last appearance. The pitch swung on and missed, and there's an off-speed pitch from Mara, and that's the book on Adam Mara. He throws a lot of off-speed pitches, and you just got to wait back on what he's pitching. Mara delivers, swinging a ball, hit in the air. Really well hit, but really far foul. Chris Procopio is at the plate, the first baseman for the Hamilton Cardinals, facing Mara. This is a pretty good matchup for the power-hitting Procopio. He hits the ball, lines it into left field. That's a leadoff base hit.
Now batting number 26, Matt Lanetto.
Matt Lanetto's the batter now. Procopio gets his first hit of the day. Lanetto's playing right field today for the Cardinals and swings and misses at a sweeping breaking ball there from Mara. Adam Mara, in his last appearance, struck out 2 in 2 scoreless innings, gave up just 1 hit. Mara delivers the strike 1 pitch, fouled off. Lanetto was way out in front of that one. But yeah, Dan Mara throws extremely slow, but has a lot of movement. And when you have someone who throws hard right before him, which Kyle Parrott does throw relatively hard, there's a pitch just outside. He becomes pretty effective. Gets those batters out in front. Gets a lot of guys to roll over. But if he doesn't locate, it can be a big problem in the home run department. But lately, he's been great. The pitch from Mara. Swinging a foul back. Way out in front again was Lanetto. Mara looks in. 1-2 the count now on Lanetto. The pitch. Low in the dirt. 2-2. There's a runner on first base. That's Procopio. He smashed a ball into left field. There's a pitch on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. 1 away. Clay Miller, the batter now.
Now batting left fielder number 31, Spencer Bach.
Or Spencer Bach, I should say. Clay Miller recorded the last out of the last inning. Spencer Bach bats now. Hit on the ground. That's going to be a foul ball. Third base side. One strike pitch. Dan Mara, slide winding delivery just outside. Mara has a 6 even ERA this year in 10 games. 12 strikeouts in 21 innings. Pitch is foul and straight back, big cut. He's walked 8, given up 22 hits. The walks haven't been a problem. It's just if his stuff isn't sharp, it gets hit. Mara's pitch, swinging a ball fouled off right side. That's good. Gets way out of play. Mara would love a ground ball right here, and he gets one. Third base, Salazzo to second for 1. Takamatsu back to first in time. Double play. Right on cue. How about that? Mara gets out of it And he does a pretty good job of it as well. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Toronto Maple Leafs need some runs, 5 of them to be exact. They trail by that score to the Hamilton Cardinals. We'll be right back after this. The bottom of the 7th inning brings around the number 2 hitter, Justin Mara. Once again, just like last Sunday, every Mara brother has come into this game. Mara at short, Mara on the mound, and Mara at the plate. Justin Mara cranks the ball high in the air, but not particularly deep. Left field, and making the catch is Spencer Bach.
Let's hear it for number 4, Garrett Takamatsu.
Scratch. From scratch. You won. Not a girl. Go get him. Okay.
Garrett Takamatsu stands in, looking for his first hit of the day against Timochko. The pitch is outside. Timochko, the pitch, high. 1-1. I guess you could say by Garrett Takamatsu's standards, he actually has cooled off a little bit lately. During a 5-game or 4-game hit streak. 1 for 4 in his last game. He was 3 for 6 in a 20-3 win, but who wasn't 3 for 6 in that game? 1 for 4 versus Barrie, 1 for 5 versus Brantford. Takamatsu, the pitch, low, ball 4. Garrett Takamatsu's on first with a 1-out walk as Damon Toppoli collects his gear, and passing him to the batter's box is John Salazzo. You'd have to think that in this scenario with 1 out and a runner on first base, John Salazzo's got to be thinking about pulling the ball or putting something in the extra base territory in the outfield. The first pitch, Salazzo hits one on the ground, looks like he broke his bat. 2nd for 1, on to first, not in time. John Salazzo did not get out of the box well, but he just legged it out. I think he might have stung his hand a little as well on that broken bat.
Good luck. Have fun.
Here's Marcus Connect. Batting fifth today for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and also looking for his first hit of the day. First pitch is in there for a strike. The outfield for the Hamilton Cardinals is still Linetto, Gideon, and Bach. Third place, Renaud. Then at shortstop, Burnside. Nivea is at second. And Procopio is the first baseman. Behind the plate, Villa, who watches one soar out of play. 2 strikes now on Marcus Connect. And Justin Timochko is still on the mound in his 7th inning of work. He has been fantastic. 7 scoreless innings, 2 hits. Hamilton Cardinals, 5 runs on 11 hits. Through a combination of 3 pitchers for the Toronto Maple Leafs so far. Andrew Hyde started. Wasn't his best start. Kyle Parrott came in, gave up a run. Check swing foul. Still in a 2-strike hole as Marcus Connect. And then Mara came in, got a double play ground ball to get himself out of just a little bit of a sticky situation in the top of the 7th inning. I'd expect Mara probably to come back out. He usually goes 2 innings. Marcus Connect is the batter, and a true 2-strike pitch. Hit in the air. Center field. Calling for it is the center fielder, Justin Gideon, makes the catch. The Toronto Maple Leafs are retired once again. They only have 2 more shots at this thing. We go to the top of the 8th inning. The Hamilton Cardinals lead 5-0 over the Leafs. Welcome back to Domenico Field in Christie Pitts. The Hamilton Cardinals lead 5-0 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. But there is some exciting news on the mound right now for the Leafs. Justin Sigatello is on the mound. Star pitcher for the Toronto Maple Leafs for about the last 8 years. And we knew he was stuck in the USA for a little while. Obviously, players couldn't come over until August 7th. Justin Sigatello wasn't here, and there he is, number 1. Wearing number 1 this year. He hasn't always worn number 1. Last year, he only pitched 8 innings of work. In the playoffs, 8 innings of work, and then he had a 4-2 record in the regular season, 2.52 ERA, and 60 2/3 innings pitched. In 60 innings pitched, struck out 50, walked only 8. That was all 2 years ago. So let's see what Justin Sigatello still has. He's a big part of this team. Fly ball, Marcus Connect there, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. That was Brandon Neva flying out. That brings up the top of the order, Justin Gideon. Just a side note as well, Justin Sigatello starts pretty much every game he comes into. He's pitching in relief right now in his first appearance with the Toronto Maple Leafs this year. delivers a first pitch ball. When Sigatello's on the mound, it's a lot of arms and legs coming at you. He's got a sidewinding delivery, but he throws hard. Toronto Maple Leafs have brought in 3 different side armors today. 2 righties and 1 lefty. Sigatello throws the hardest of them by a long shot. Pitches inside. 2 balls and 1 strikes now. Sigatello loves to work fast. Gets the sign. Then let's do this thing. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball to second. Takamatsu collects it. Throws on to first. 2 away. Good start for Justin.
The catcher, Jeremy Villa.
Jeremy Villa. After Justin Gideon grounded out. Justin Gideon's been a tough out for the Toronto Maple Leafs today. Villa hits one on a line to center field. Connor Lewis is going to let that one fall. A single for Villa. Brings up the 2-way star Burnside. Lane Renault was just announced in the game, but I think it's supposed to be Burnside. Yeah, this is Burnside. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ball, popped foul. Out of play to the left. That's Villa's second hit of the game. He's 2 for 3. Now Lane Renault. Or Burnside, I should say. Lane Renault is on deck. He's 1 for 3 today with a single. The pitch. Fouled off. Left side. 2 strikes now. This is a really big moment for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't know how many people knew that Justin Sigatello was back. This ball's popped up. Takamatsu under it now gives way to Mara, who makes the catch. Inning over. Justin Sigatello gives up 1 hit, gets 2 to fly out and 1 to ground out. And he's back in a Toronto Maple Leafs uniform, and hopefully for good, and maybe next time in a starting role. Damon Topley's coming up when we come back. Toronto Maple Leafs need some runs. They're down 5-0 to the Hamilton Cardinals. Welcome back to Christie Pitts. Damon Topley stepping in against Timochko, who's still on the mound in his 8th inning of work now. The first pitch to Damon Topley in there for a strike. Damon looks back and inquires about that one. Chandler McLaren's on deck, hitting behind Damon Topley. Timochko delivers. The pitch is high and away to Topley. High and inside. Damon Topley's hitting .333 this year. He's 21 for 63, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Timochko delivers. Topley fouls it off right side. He was just a little in front of that one. Timochko, 2 strikes on Damon Topley. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, left side foul. So this is an exciting moment for Toronto Maple Leafs fans with Justin Cicatello being back. He's been playing in the Italian Baseball League, which abbreviated is the IBL. So he goes from the IBL to the IBL. But now he's in the Intercounty Baseball League. Then when he was done with the Italian Baseball League, came over, played for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's been a Toronto Maple Leaf since 2013. Before that, in 2010, professional baseball league as well in Italy, I should mention. Damon Topley is still behind in a 2-strike count. The pitch, low and away. In the IBL, as in the IBL, the Italian Baseball League, in 2010, he won the championship with the team he was playing with over there. And he was the pitcher that appeared in the most games out of anyone in the Italian Baseball League on a championship team in professional baseball. So kind of speaks to the value of him and the value that he has to this Toronto Maple Leafs team. Damon Topley just took a walk. Now Chandler McLaren's batting. Dan Mara is on deck. There's some long flowing hair out in the bullpen for the Toronto Maple Leafs, which signals that the next inning of work is probably going to be done by Kakados. Mateo Kakados has been great this year. He's been pretty good this year. You think things are going to get better for him. He got hit around a little bit early in the season. But he has got a lively arm. And the University of Toronto product has fit in very nicely here with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Timochko delivers. That one's inside. Leadoff batter Damon Topley's on base. Chandler McLaren's at the plate. Mara is on deck. And then after Mara, it'll be Connor Lewis. Timochko delivers up and away. McLaren swings and fouls one off at the plate. Topley with an extremely modest lead at first. Still being held on, though. Up and away. I mean, Damon Topley's not going anywhere at first base. You almost wonder if you're the first baseman. That's Procopio at first. You almost wonder if he doesn't just play off the bag a little. No chance Damon's going. Pitch in the dirt, ball 4. Now Damon's going. There's no need for speed on this one. It's a walk. McLaren's now at first. That pushes Damon Topley to second base, bringing up Dan Mara.
Good job, buddy.
Meeting on the mound, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the day for Justin Timochko. So we'll get a pitching change, and we'll have more details on that coming up in just a moment. Runners on first and second. Toronto Maple Leafs need some runs. They're knocking on the door. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball at Dominico Field in Christie Pitts. New pitcher for the Hamilton Cardinals is Ryan Clark, number 19, standing at 6'1", 190 pounds from Pickering, Ontario. The righty has thrown 9 innings this year, 6 walkouts, 5 strikeouts, given up 10 hits. He has an ERA of 6 and an 0-1 record. He's a rookie this year, first season in the IBL. Born in 1997. And he's facing Dan Mara, the shortstop. Pitches a ball, 2 balls, no strikes. Good night for Justin Timochko, but the 2 runners on base are his responsibility. Finished off the day giving up 2 hits through 93 pitches and worked into the 8th inning. Didn't get an out in the 8th inning. Ball 3 to Mara. I mean, command has been a little bit of an issue for Ryan Clark, but nothing significant. 6 walks, 9 innings. Not fantastic. And that one hit him. 3-0 pitch hit him. The bases are loaded for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Mara grabs the ball that hit him on the way up the line. Nobody out. Huge at-bat for Connor Lewis facing the righty. Ryan Clark looking to find the strike zone here. First pitch, ball 1, I should say. Ball 4 to move the runners up on the bases and load them. He's come in and thrown 5 consecutive balls. One of them was a hit batter. Lewis will probably be taking all the way here. Pitched in there for a strike. He was. Damon Topley is at third base. Chandler McLaren is at second and first base. That'd be Dan Mara. Lewis is at the plate. Ball is high. 6 balls and 1 strike so far from Ryan Clark. Clark would love to get a ground ball. Connor Lewis has already hit into a double play today. The pitch. Way high. Not even close. Over the head of Connor Lewis. 3 balls and 1 strike. What do you do here if you're Connor Lewis? You need a big hit. Toronto Maple Leafs aren't going to be able to tie this thing up without a hit. But you also see a pitcher that is probably going to try and deliver a cookie here. Let's see. 3-1 the count. The pitch. In there for a strike. Lewis was taking all the way. Count is full now. Huge moment in the ball game. Nobody out. Connor Lewis at the dish. Ryan Clark is just now finding the strike zone. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Lewis hits one on the ground. Maybe a double play. To second for 1. Back to first. High and pulls the first baseman off the bag. And Damon Toppoli scores. 5-1 now. Could have been a lot worse.
Keep your hands together for Jordan Castaldo.
Connor Lewis, that's going to be actually almost positively an RBI for him. Walking a little gingerly over there at first base, but I think he's okay. Ran hard down the line. Here's Jordan Castaldo, then Justin Mara, then Garrett Takamatsu. 2 lefties coming up that are going to face Ryan Clark. That's a great matchup for them. First pitch, inside, ball. Ryan Clark visibly showing emotion about that strike or that non-strike call there after that pitch. Stood and looked in for maybe 3 seconds. First and third, 1 out. Jordan Castaldo, the batter, hitting .294 this year. Castaldo hits one in the air. Deep to right field. Gone! 3-run home run, Jordan Castaldo. And just like that, the Toronto Maple Leafs are within 1. An extremely clutch home run for Jordan Castaldo, the lefty. All of the runs that Timochko left on base are going to now be charged to him. 2 of them are charged to Dan Clark, who was just trying to get a ball over the plate, and Castaldo hammered it, lined it out there to right field. Here's Justin Mara. He takes one inside. It's 5-4 now. The Toronto Maple Leafs are very much within striking distance of the Hamilton Cardinals, who have had a little bit of trouble once they get to their bullpen. Pitches a ball. Ball 2 now on Justin Mara. Castaldo raises his average with that hit to 300. That'll be his 6th home run of the year. As Justin Mara just swung at a bad breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Up and away. Off-speed pitch. Justin Mara's eyes have got to be wide as saucers right now. It's almost guaranteed this will be a fastball. The question is, where is it going to be? The pitch. Swing and a miss by Justin Mara. They sure were. Full count now. Clark delivers the pitch. Hit in the air, and that one's going to get foul. It was straight up down the right field line. Mara was just a bit out in front of that one. Got under it. Jordan Castaldo's home run as well. That now puts him into the 5th place spot in home runs in the IBL. Justin Mara swings and misses at a breaking ball 2 away. brings in Garrett Takamatsu. So now the Toronto Maple Leafs have the first, the second, the tied for third, and the fifth player in the home run race in the IBL.
Nakamatsu.
With Matt Hildebrandt of the Well and Jackfish just sandwiched in between all those Maple Leafs. Here's Garrett Takamatsu. He has 8 home runs this year. Number 9 would tie the game, facing Ryan Clark. The pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1. Takamatsu swings and fouls one back. A little out in front of that one. Takamatsu's now behind to the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Garrett trying to extend the inning. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul off. Another good cut there by Takamatsu. Takamatsu's hitting .418 this year, 8 homers, 9 RBIs. He's 41 for 98 on the season. I don't say that lightly either. That is a darn good batting average. Swing and a miss, strike 3. But the Toronto Maple Leafs get a 3-run home run from Jordan Castaldo, and they get 4 runs in the inning. 5-4 Hamilton Cardinals with Mateo Kakatos coming out. Kakatos trying to shut it down, then the Toronto Maple Leafs will have one more chance in the bottom of the 9th. Welcome back to Dominico Field and Christie Pitts. The Toronto Maple Leafs, well, they've been down for this entire game, but they just made it interesting. They scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th, and now we're in the top of the 9th. And one of their star pitchers, who's been coming out of the bullpen a lot, Mateo Kakatos, is on the mound. The Leafs walked to the bases loaded, then they got an RBI fielder's choice from Connor Lewis, then promptly Jordan Castaldo came and crushed one over the right field wall. And as it stands right now, the Toronto Maple Leafs are still down by 1.
Now batting Wayne Renault.
Mateo Kakatos might be the guy with the best stuff, or at least he would have been the guy with the best stuff until we just saw Justin Sigatello is all of a sudden here in Canada and playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But Mateo Kakatos is an extremely good pitcher, and he's been solid for the Toronto Maple Leafs this year as well. Delivers a ball low. 6'4" from the University of Toronto at 215 pounds. Power pitcher, Mateo Kakatos. The pitch. Swinging a ball fouled straight back. Ryan Burnside is the batter, then Lane Renault and Clay Miller coming up the DH. Mateo Kakatos has lowered his ERA now to 4.50. which is where he sat last year in the playoffs. Here's a ball, hit to short. Mara gloves it in the air for an out. In 2019, the last season, he had a 6.03 ERA. Struck out 20 in 25 innings. This year, he's pitched 28 innings. We're talking about Mateo Kakatos right now. 28 innings, 35 strikeouts. Clay Miller, the batter now. Lane Renault lined out. Miller takes low. 14 walks, 35 strikeouts. He's given up 28 hits. That's really been the only knock on Kakatos, is that somehow batters have actually found a way to get to some of his stuff. Every now and then he'll mislocate a fastball or leave a breaking ball over the plate and it'll get hit. Kakatos has appeared in 10 games this year, and he started 3 of them. There's a pitch in there for a strike to Renaud. Renaud has 5 at-bats today. He's 2 for those 5. Here's the pitch in there for a strike, 2-2. One strikeout and a couple of RBIs as well for Lane today. Kakato is trying to get him on a 2-strike pitch. Swinging a ball fouled off. Tough battle going on at the plate right now. Renaud's fouled off a couple tough pitches from Kakatos. The pitch. Outside. Clay Miller, I should say. I said Renaud. Renaud just lined out. Clay Miller is the batter now. The pitch to Miller. Swinging a ball, hitting the air, center field. I don't know if anyone's going to get to this one. Picking it up there is Connor Lewis, but he cuts it off nicely to hold him for a single. Gets it into Mara. Gets to Takamatsu with a 1-out single for Clay Miller. That's his second hit of the game. It's 2 for 4 now. Now it's Procopio, the first baseman, Chris Procopio. He also has a hit today. There's only 2 batters in the lineup for the Hamilton Cardinals that don't have a hit. Procopio's not one of them, takes him outside. Bach is 0 for 4. And Nivea is 0 for 3, but he has scored a run. The pitch. Low, check swing, didn't go. Here's a ball hit in the air and hit pretty well. Left field, looking up is Chandler McLaren. See ya. Home run, Chris Procopio. And just like that, the Hamilton Cardinals get 2 massive runs on a ball that was absolutely hammered. A moonshot to left field. And it's 7-4 now for the Cardinals. So the Hamilton Cardinals were waiting for that power from Chris Procopio to come around, and that's his first home run of the year. His 3rd extra base hit of the year from a guy who's hitting 159. That is a massive, massive hit for that team. If this propels Hamilton to a win as well, that will also keep them out of striking range, at least 1 game striking range. The Brantford Red Sox, who are right behind them playing some good ball. The pitch from Kakatos, and oh boy. He lost it. That one's a worrisome when you see something that happen from a pitcher. Obviously, he was trying to throw a breaking ball right there, but He wasn't grasping his arm or anything afterwards, which is what you look for, but that one's low outside for a ball, I guess. Pitch is fouled straight back. Didn't affect him. Came back with a hard fastball right on the hands. Pitch low and inside. Kakatos he's showing a little bit of emotion right now on the mound. Just gave up a home run to Chris Procopio when he was pitching pretty well, but it happens. They'll connect with one here and there, but now he's just trying to settle back in and delivers one low, ball 4.
Now batting, Spencer Bach.
Spencer Bach, the batter. Just one out now, runner on first base. And Spencer Bach is another one of those guys at the bottom of the lineup that doesn't have a ton of potential in terms of batting, but he's hitting 200 this year, just 3 games, 5 at-bats. Spencer Bach pitches as well. So this is an out you need to get if you're Kakatos. That one's a strike. Double play ground ball would be fantastic, but we are in the 9th inning, so any way you can get out of this inning is good for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Pitch is outside for a ball, 1-1. Kakatos looks in, the pitch. Low, ball 2. Spencer Bach is 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts today. Batting average now at 111 on the year. But just his 4th game as well. Pitched in their first strike, 2-2. Kakatos can find the outside corner. Probably want to just stick to the fastball in this scenario here. We'll see what he goes with. 2-2, low and outside, ball 4. Guess it was 3-2. So that's a walk for Spencer Bach. Back-to-back walks for Mateo Kakatos. Brandon Neva. The only other bat in the lineup other than Spencer Bach who doesn't have a hit today, and Damon Topley's coming out to the mound. This is probably not to take him out of the game, as it doesn't look like there's any action in the bullpen, just to say, hey, let's get back in this one. Stay refocused. Trust your stuff. And maybe highlighting the importance of this out as well with Justin Mara and Mateo Kakatos. You got to throw strikes here to Brandon Neva, the second baseman. Just hitting 128 on the year. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove, I guess. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Top of the 9th inning, the Hamilton Cardinals have extended their lead to 7-4 after the Toronto Maple Leafs came back and made it 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mateo Kakatos the pitch in there for a strike, strike 2. Words of wisdom from Damon Topley appear to have rubbed off on Kakatos as he's right back in the strike zone after walking the last 2 batters to get to the number 9 hitter. Justin Gideon is waiting on deck. The pitch is low in the dirt. That one gets to the backstop. Mara doesn't have a play anywhere. Runners move up. Double play is no longer in order. Kakatos is throwing 13 strikes and 14 balls so far in this inning. Kakatos' pitch. Swinging a ball, hitting the air, foul, straight back. And right across the intersection once again to the street that's right behind the Domenico field. Neva looks in. Kakatos' pitch in the dirt and rung up on the check swing. Strike 3, the 36th strikeout of the year for Mateo Kakatos.
Number 11, Justin Gideon.
Leadoff batter, Justin Gideon. He's been a problem today. 3 for 5. He's got a double. He's got a couple of singles as well. Scored a run. Hasn't struck out yet. Gideon leading the team in the average department. I mean, in terms of qualified players. 358 on the year, 4 homers as well. Hamilton Cardinals, I don't see themselves as a team that provides a lot of pop. But Justin Gideon's been a great player for them. That's a ball in the dirt, but blocked by Justin Mara. He picks it up about 4 or 5 feet up the third baseline to keep the runners right where they are. These are big runs out on the mound for the Hamilton Cardinals. Oh, looked like that was ball 4 as well. Or did they just call it? No, ball 4.
I know, but it's hard to find.
Villia, the batter now, the number 2 batter. Jeremy Villia hits a ball on the ground. And trying to find it now is Sean Salazzo. He can't quite do it. He made a heck of a play to get to that one. Saved at least a run, but another one's going to come in to score now. It's 8-4. A late push by the Hamilton Cardinals in the run department. Starting to put this one out of reach now for Toronto. It'll be interesting to see who's coming in for the Cardinals next inning. I don't see any action in the bullpen, although I have not been looking in the bullpen either. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Kakatos trying to get himself out of a jam. He's allowed a 2-run home run so far in this inning. The pitch, hit in the air. Marcus Connect. He has a long run for it. Going into the corner at the wall. And it drops. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and a 3rd run scores. Bases clearing double. And this game has been blown wide open by the Hamilton Cardinals. Rough outing for Mateo Kakatos. Made some quality pitches, but he's walked a couple batters and he's got himself in some trouble with some hard contact as that ball nearly left the yard. It was a reaching effort there by Connect in the outfield. Here's a ball fouled off right side. Doesn't look like we're going to get thunderstorms at all in this one today. We're a little bit worried about the weather in this game, but it's hot and sunny once again in Christie Pitts. Ball chop, check swing on the ground. Castaldo gloves at fair territory, comes on to first base. And that is going to do it for the inning. But a lot of runs have been scored by the Hamilton Cardinals. They lead big going to the bottom of the 9th. Toronto Maple Leafs, last chance. And they need a lot of runs. We'll be right back. Ryan Clark back out on the mound.
Put your hands together for John Salazzo.
John Salazzo, the batter. Ryan Clark had some struggles with command last inning. Hamilton Cardinals now lead 11-4. $11 runs on 15 hits, no errors for the Cardinals. John Salazzo hits a ball, little looper. That one's going to get down the outfield. Ball is thrown in quickly to second base. John Salazzo's on base. That brings up Marcus Connect, the number 5 hitter. Then Damon Toffoli, then Chandler McLaren. For Mateo Kakatos, who gave up 6 in the top of the inning, he is just still waiting to find that consistency. Great pitcher, great stuff. It's just a matter of being a guy on the mound who can come out and give you some solid innings every time. He's just so close to that point. Got hit around a bit today, though. Marcus Connect hits a ball in the air. Playable in center field. The center fielder, Justin Gideon, waits under it, makes the catch. Salazzo will retreat back to first.
The designated hitter, number 7, Damon Toffoli.
Damon Toffoli stands in. After the flyout by Marcus Connect, John Salazzo's on first. He got on with a single. Now Toffoli, the righty, facing the righty, Ryan Clark. The pitch, low and away. Toffoli hits one on the ground to third base. That one's going to get down the line and go all the way to the corner. John Salazzo is now racing for third base. Here's the throw to third, not in time. First to third for John Salazzo. Damon Toffoli's on first with a single down the line.
Keep those claps going for number 20, Chandler McLaren.
Chandler McLaren, the batter, hit a home run in his last game in a 20-3 win versus the Kitchener Panthers. A home run right now would only make it 11-7. The pitch, high and inside. The Toronto Maple Leafs won't give up. They'll try and fight right till the end. They're doing that right now. They have runners on first and third with just one out. McLaren's the batter. The pitch outside for a ball. Some patient at-bats by these hitters as well. We saw Damon Toffoli take a couple pitches. Now we've seen Chandler McLaren. He's not swinging for the fences, just trying to get on base and keep the line rolling. 11-4. McLaren hits a ball in the air to center field. This one's carrying pretty well. Leaping at the wall. And that ball's gone. 3-run home run for Chandler McLaren. And that makes it 11-7. Ryan Clark has had his struggles on the mound today. That ball was dead center. A leaping try at the wall as well. And I think a couple people were holding their breath. They thought Justin Gideon may have come down with that one, but he did not. It's a 4-run game. Dan Mara, the batter, shortstop today, takes one in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Dan Mara. Ball is high inside from Clark. Ryan Clark has really struggled with that off-speed pitch. Not sure what it is, but he is throwing some really wild ones. Mara fouls one off. You can almost just sit fastball right now with Ryan Clark because that's the only thing he's been able to locate at this point in the game. And for Ryan Clark, you should probably just stick with your fastball because you're up by 4 runs. That one's low and inside. Full count. Chances are, if you can just put a ball over the plate at this point in the game, the Maple Leafs will hit themselves out eventually. Not that they don't have some very good hitters in the lineup, but especially facing these bottom of the order hitters. Dan Mara is the 8 hitter. Strike 3 called to Dan Mara. Two away. Connor Lewis, the batter.
Let's hear it for number 3, Connor Lewis.
Leafs have scored 4 in the 8th, and they've scored 3 here in the 9th, but they need 4 runs, and they only have 1 out to work with now. Hamilton leading 11-7 over these Toronto Maple Leafs. Connor Lewis takes one way outside for a ball. Jordan Castaldo's on deck. He cranked a 3-run homer last time up. Chandler McLaren's home run this inning, that is his 2nd of the year, and his 2nd game in a row in the home run. So the dispersal draft pickup for the Toronto Maple Leafs is coming big so far in the last couple of games. And the season, not as much with the bat, but he's been good of late. The pitch to Connor Lewis. Ball, bounced it in the dirt. Lewis is in take mode right now. Clark's pitch to Lewis is up and away. 3-0. 0% chance of a green light at this point in the ballgame. The 3-0 pitch in there for a strike.
I don't get it. Where exactly?
3-1 now from Clark. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Final strike for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Castaldo's on deck. Should Connor Lewis be able to get on base here? Connor Lewis, the batter. 3-2 pitch from Clark, up and away, ball 4. Another hint of life for the Toronto Maple Leafs as the top of the order is coming up. Just Jordan Castaldo. As mentioned, Castaldo, the 3-run home run his last time up. Now he hits the ball deep to right field, but well foul. That ball had plenty of home run distance, but it was also plenty foul. Castaldo, just the one hit today. He's 1 for 4. But the hit was a big one. Just needs to get on base. Jordan Castaldo's fantastic at doing just that. Connor Lewis is running for second base, and he's in there with a stolen base. Connor Lewis has good speed, but pretty absurd to be stealing a base in that scenario with 2 outs. But hey, he's in there. 2 outs, down by 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Second stolen base of the year for Connor Lewis. Here's the pitch. High. It's no criticism on Connor Lewis. I mean, the defense was not expecting that at all. But it actually was close to second base. The pitch to Castaldo. Swinging a ground ball to first, and that's going to do it. The effort in the late innings just falls short for the Toronto Maple Leafs as, well, the Hamilton Cardinals scored 6 in the top of the ninth to put this one out of reach for the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are watching the Welland Jackfish right now lead 5-4 over the Kitchener Panthers. If that one stands, the Toronto Maple Leafs will fall to 4th place in the IBL and move themselves out of a position to play these Hamilton Cardinals. If it does not, the Toronto Maple Leafs will stay in 3rd place and be lined up to face these Hamilton Cardinals, who are in 5th in the IBL. Toronto Maple Leafs hit a couple of homers. Chandler McLaren cranked one to center. Justin Castaldo, a 3-run home run to right field, but they fall short of an incredibly strong offensive effort from the Hamilton Cardinals. We appreciate you tuning in to IBL Baseball, Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball from Domenico Field in Christie Pitts. 11-7, the final score for the Hamilton Cardinals. They win. The Toronto Maple Leafs drop their 4th in their last 5 games. And that does it from Christie Pitts. From Thomas West, I appreciate you tuning in. And we'll see you next time on Sunday at Christie Pitts.